That's our theme song. Maybe you've heard it before, Dustin.
Yeah.
It must have been like 2 months for you.
What are we doing here?
I'm sure people thought, like, we kept saying, he's coming back. He's going to be here. But I'm pretty sure people thought you were gone down for the count.
This is my first time.
Were you here at any of the 100?
Actually, second time. Welcome to the Good Company podcast.
Yeah. His memory. Were you here at the 100 episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the last one he was here for.
That was like the last one.
We've only done 103.
Oh, bud.
This is 104.
It has been a minute.
It has.
Do you think people think we gave up?
Yes.
Because I guess we did a little bit.
We didn't give up. We just got busy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Calm Down, It's Fine podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the episode. Good theme song.
What's up, fellas?
Hello, everyone. Before we
guys.
get carried away, I just want to tell you all that this morning for I did back this morning in the gym. I did 365, 5 sets of 5 on deadlift.
I don't know what reference that, but like I don't know how heavy that is.
I've been thinking about it
but
all
that
day.
sounds heavy.
Well, ideally, like anyone that does strength training, like the what do they call it?
Start recording and the dogs go mad wild.
There's a bunch of different names for it. Anyway, but the 5x5s is or whatever. Like that's like the iconic. What is going on?
It's a fight for alpha.
Let's bet on it.
Anyway, welcome to the dog fighting.
You do 5 sets of 5.
Michael Vick's in the bathroom. He'll be on in a second.
You do 5 sets of 5 for 80% of your max. So ideally, which is
80%. That's a lot of math.
It is. So
hopefully it's real even numbers.
What it means is that my 1 rep max should be about 456.
Okay. And you did 5, 360.
365. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man.
So
I've never doubted your leg strength, back strength, butt strength.
But I'm getting my bench up. I finally.
Good.
I'm finally.
Well, I guess I should have said. I wasn't intentionally leaving that out.
No. I'm definitely. God gave me all legs, and we got to the chest, and he's like, "Yeah, forget it."
I mean, I don't think anyone would think that. It's not like you're walking around with a bird chest. You look. It's not like you're walking around with a bird chest. You look.
But my legs are disproportionate.
You look thick throughout.
Thank you. My legs are disproportionately larger than everything. Anyway, but I'm finally to the point where I'm able to rep 225.
There you go, man. Good job. I'm proud of you.
It's so hard.
Where at your gains, David?
I'm getting fat.
It's getting fat.
Dude. I just keep eating, and the number goes up.
What number? Age?
You're
dang it! Hey,
weight.
I am gaining weight, dude.
What episode is this?
104.
Same age as David.
Oh, you're sticking with the joke.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you had an easy out, and now you have to go at least another 100 episodes.
Yeah, but I'm not intelligent enough to find a new joke, so I just have to stick with that one.
I am getting weight, bro. I am getting weight.
What are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it?
Well,
just the same as I've always
you go to the
been.
gym?
No.
Well, when did you think you started gaining weight? Because I'm almost 30, and I was talking to David Jones in our church. He's 33, and he was telling me, like, boy, it's hard when you get
33.
Yeah, he's like, it's hard when you start getting old, you start putting on the weight. And I'm like, I'm 29.
I'm older than him? Oh, dude, I didn't know.
Wait.
34.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you not know that?
I don't know anything.
He thinks I'm 130.
You've done 2 years of podcasting with this guy.
Yeah, but I can't keep track of anything. I forget how old my brother is.
How old is he?
34.
David, how old is he?
Oh.
Who? He is 20.
Well, I guess it's not that big of a deal anyways.
7.
You're so close.
26?
No, 25.
25.
You're actually not that close.
No.
I love how I was making this sound, and he was like,
DeVito.
like I was on to something.
No. I couldn't give it to you. I had to, he's got to work for it. Let's see what he does. So, but I mean, my birthday's at the end of the year, so I'll be 26 in this year, just at the end. So, yeah, I mean, you were there.
You were
You were basically there.
You know.
Do you
Child.
hey, I have a question. Do you think anyone actually knows what the lyrics are to the Lion King song? Like, Savannah. Like, I have no idea what they're saying. I just kind of like make the same-ish noises, and no one's ever questioned me about it.
There are people who know, and those are people that I mark in my life. Because if you know for sure what the
I always see here's my go-to.
I say,
If you know that,
And then I do the what from Lion King 1.5. What's on the menu for Pumbaa? Because that's what
in the
he
movie
actually
theater.
sang
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
yeah, if you know those words, like for sure specifically, that's too much.
Yeah, you're either your brain is either able to interpret that so well that it's kind of scary, or you've just listened to it so much.
You just care too much about that song.
You just or you watch the Lion King so much. Is that what it is?
Yeah. What
does it mean?
I'm getting.
You're getting there.
From the
He's
from
in case for those who are just now tuning in, Cameron is attempting to summon a demon in his living room.
It's
working.
They just repeat that over and over. This is straight up.
Mine.
Here's the lion. Here comes the lion.
It's like,
He's a lion. Yes, he's a lion.
is that what it is?
Yeah, that's legitimately. What
Are you
it is.
serious?
Yeah.
Wow. The writing that went into that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Elton John.
He did a lot of.
No, he didn't. What?
No. He did. Can you feel the love tonight?
Oh. Was that Lion King? I haven't seen Lion King forever.
Yeah.
Dogs. Stop it.
I haven't.
Hey.
I saw on VHS
Hey,
somewhere.
get off that. Is she actually doing that?
Is she what?
No, don't do that.
Dogs are wilding out.
What religion is the circle of life? Hinduism and Buddhism. That's good.
You know?
I grew up on that.
Yeah.
I
On
grew up
Hinduism
on
and Buddhism.
Yeah. On the, Lion King.
That's
Wow.
what got me through was knowing that I just come back as a fly.
So, in what areas did your father fail you? No, raise you in Hinduism and Buddhism.
Buddha. What an awful name.
Buddha.
Yeah.
Buddha.
Buddha.
Yeah.
Buddha. Oh, Buddha.
Buddhism.
Buddhism.
There was a guy I went to school with, and people called him. I don't know what his actual name was. People just called him Buddha, and I don't know why, and I don't think anyone knows why.
Never asked him.
I don't know what his name.
Let me ask you this. Big guy?
All right, it's
I guess
I think I figured out the reason.
starting to make
I
sense.
think we figured it out. Yeah, but okay. He was of a darker hue,
It's just a black guy?
maybe.
Okay. when you
You make it. See, it's not
Yeah,
weird unless you make
if
it
you
weird.
say it's like
Yeah.
okay, a black guy, but you go like, well, wink, wink. What are you talking about? Black guy. Okay.
Just in case if we have any of them folk on the line.
on the line. Did
You're
you
making
say
it
on the
worse.
line?
I know.
Why are you
Yeah, dude. How
no.
bad are you gonna make this?
We'll see.
them folk?
Harrison's not here to tell me to cut anything.
I
either.
know. Yeah.
Dustin is
So dumb.
unleashed.
Yeah. 2 months of retirement. Back in the saddle.
Oh,
Blazing saddle.
So, dude, it's been a minute. It's been a while. How have you guys been? What have you guys been into?
Okay, hold on, let me get you this real quick. What is the meaning of this song? What is the metaphor of the circle of life? It represents a journey, but one that has no beginning or end.
What? So it's just a bunch of metal?
That's a
Imagine going on a road trip and just being stuck on it for indefinitely.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you and Robin. Was it Rob Williams? No, Bill Murray.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah. That's a
I get those
that's
two
a funny
mixed
one.
up. All right. Yeah. You
I know,
asked how we were doing.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, moving on. How have you been?
What was you, Dusty?
Pretty good. I can't think of any new developments. I only have like 3 months left. October, November left in the Guard.
Are you re-enlisting?
No.
Are you re-enlisting somewhere else?
No, I'm trying to switch to the Air Force Reserves. Everyone I've talked to that's in it, they just have way more fun than I do.
I think that's what my brother's doing. My older brother's doing.
Yeah,
I think, or maybe he went. I know he was. I think he might have tried to re-enlist.
Do they say when you ask them, "Hey, do you like it?" Do they say, "We're having so much fun"?
Some of them do. Well, so far, but look. All of the answers have been consistently the same, regardless of what their job is and what unit they're in.
So like they're having so much fun.
I mean, to some extent, like some of them have
conversations always end with an exuberant high five.
No,
okay.
Only one.
Reconsider.
But listen, no, they've said that like for them, it's like a family. They have all of them have said they have barbecues all the time.
Sounds fun.
It sounds really fun. And
these are also church welcome video characteristics. Yeah. Like a family, barbecues
all the time.
All the time.
We have so much fun.
Every one of them,
black person, Mexican person, white person, all in the video. You're like, oh, wow.
I've asked every single one of them
all the bases.
What are the hours like when you have drill? And every one of them has said 7 to 4. So they get off at 4 o'clock when they have drill.
Again, church, what are the hours? When do you get out of church?
But it's so everyone says the same thing, and they all have different jobs. So that means that it's a standard. And it just sounds amazing.
It sounds fun.
Because we get off at midnight.
Sounds fun. Yeah.
And we're in the
say the Air Force is the bank of the banking hours of the military.
Yeah, it's awesome. Everyone
banking hours for those of you who don't know, that's a 5 to 9, not an 8 to 5.
9 to 5.
What he said.
5 to 9 would be miserable.
5 to 9 would be 4 hours a day. You're not making
5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
You haven't been working those? That's what I've been working my whole life.
Yeah. I think
they got it backwards? What? I've got it backwards?
Oh, no.
My boss has wondered why I show up at 5 and leave at 9 every day.
Yep.
You know I didn't have to?
No wonder I'm only getting paid $4 an hour.
I was thinking 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. I was like, oh, that would be.
But that's what I was saying. I'm
seems like such a waste of a night.
I read it backwards when I got hired, and I show up at 5 every day and leave at 9.
Well, he's an overachiever.
I don't know what he's doing, but good on you, buddy.
I mean, he's working really hard for minimum wage. I don't know what's
making me a lot more wealthy.
Yeah. I just say we just keep him here and see what happens.
Yeah, no overtime.
No, he's just here.
He's making $750 a week.
Yeah, it's just all right.
Yeah, so that's where I'm headed.
Working 13 hours a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
what is 5 to 9? How many hours is that?
It's enough.
I can't do
Let's see. Well, 5 to 12 is 7.
Well, 5 to 5 is 12 hours.
So another 4, 16.
16-hour days.
What do you work? 5 16s? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And sometimes on the weekends.
That's a lot.
He lets me work.
He lets me.
He lets me work from 9 to 5.
That's 80 hours a week. That's true to fly.
I'll tell you what, I hire you if you work for $5 an hour. You know what's make good living. Here's that many hours out.
Now, since we're on this subject right now,
what's 5 times 90?
5 times 90?
Yeah.
450. Yeah, 450.
450 a week.
That's impossible. I think.
No.
What if we're talking about minutes? I just got done working 4 12s. Anyway, okay, so I just want to talk about this. There is this weird, people feel the need to brag about how much they work.
Yes.
And they'll come up with these insane numbers, so much so.
The younger you are, the worse it is.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, "What are you talking about? I've worked 100 hours a week." And do you understand how much 100 hours a week actually is? That would mean that even if you work, because I did the math, and it was if you worked 6 days a week or 7, I don't remember but you would get each night with 4 hours of sleep. And I'm sure if you were to go to this person and be like, "So you're only getting 4 hours of sleep every night?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," no, you're not. No one people just feel like they work X amount of whatever, I mean,
I've never been that guy. Anytime somebody's like, "Yeah, dude, I have I'm working 13 hours every day this week. What do you work that much? And I go, no, because I'm happy. So I'm not.
No, because my wife works.
Well, then so there.
It's just like I was talking about this with my boss, because my supervisor was like, me and him were talking, and he was like, he's like, you can tell like some of these guys, they're just like hungry for overtime. Like they will work 55 to 60 hours a week at a minimum. Like that's just what they want.
Yeah.
And then he was like, meanwhile, I look at you and I've kind of got it figured out. Like in my case, he's like, you will work overtime if like we need work to be done. Like if there's work that needs to be done over the weekend and we say, hey, David, can you work this weekend? You will not say no. I'll just do it. I'll step up to do that thing. But I'm also not the guy who like volunteers. Like, hey, I would like to throw my weekend away. Like I'm not that guy at all.
Well, and then there's like this weird like idea that so if you're not like obviously, and this is where the balance comes in, because obviously you should work hard and you should like have, I don't know what the number should be, but like you should work full time if you're a grown man, obviously, you know, but like wherever the line is, like, but like devoting your entire life to work for what?
Yeah. You're going to be dead and gone, or you could just be replaced so easily. Like we're all like, oh, I can't. No, you can.
You know how many
my dad said they'll replace you with 2 people. Oh, you can do the job of 2 people? They'll replace you with 2 people. That's what he says all the time. It's like, so it's not, no one's special, honestly.
Yeah. No.
But no, like you said, you can never, I learned a long time ago. Like one thing, like if you ask people, I think, like with me, as far like I never say like, "Oh, I work so hard today, I work so long," or we do. It's just because I've so many other people are working so much harder than you.
Oh, for sure.
And I have a hard job. I mean, you have a hard job.
Have you ever?
You have a. I mean, it's not like physically labor, whatever, like super hard. But I have a hard. Like today, I carried, I think, 20 doors up a beach house. 3 flights of beach house. That it took an hour and a half to carry these doors up
on pylons.
But I didn't tell one person that at church.
Yeah.
No, you just told 1 million people.
My point is, the teens come in, they're like, "Oh, I'm tired." I worked yesterday.
I've been outside.
Josiah Irwin.
Yes.
Like I worked all day yesterday, and I guess what? It's construction, tool belt on, building stuff, up down, up down, up down. And I still went and played 2 games of softball because our church was playing and they needed extra guys. And we got this 18-year-old boy who does road work, whatever, and he comes home, he can't play on the softball team because I'm tired. He's 18. I'm like, boy, I've been at this for 15 years already. I'm 30. Like, you're too tired?
I definitely fall off the pit more now than before, but like, I mean, not that I'm old, but like, I definitely remember being 18 and like, I didn't need any sleep at all.
Dude, I was so mad to go to that game last night.
Yeah.
I was like,
I felt bad for you.
I did not want to go. I did not want to go, but because we have 17 guys on our roster, 3 of them were able to play.
Fall ball is just so hard.
It's hard. 3 of them were able to play. No shot at anyone that couldn't play, but TJ's worked really hard to put this thing together. And then another guy in our church, Jay, who I don't know if I was telling you about him, but he got saved like a couple months ago. He's been coming.
He's like my new best friend.
Didn't I just meet him?
Did you? Revival.
At Revival.
Yeah. Or
you were talking to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going. So I'm like, okay. When TJ pulled 7 other guys from his friends around, so I was like, well, I need to go because I don't want whatever. So. And I just flown back from Tennessee, long weekend. Last week we were gone, and then traveling, and then preaching, and then I got home late, and then went to work and worked all day, and then left from work to go to softball. I'm like, whatever. But my point is, like today, we go to church. We're out there doing the game, and when boys are younger, they want to be, and they want to come in all like
they want to act
to prove themselves, but like. Proving yourself as a man is not going to work to then come to church or do something else to tell everyone how hard you work. No, a real man goes to work, is tired when they come come back home, and then you still have to live your life. Your life actually begins now.
Right.
Well, and throw a kid in that. Like I've learned like I work, and then I come home, and then it starts.
Yeah.
Like I can't come home like I gotta take a nap. I can't do that. Like his day starts when I'm home.
Yeah.
And from 5 to 9, I'm on the clock. Like that kid is just because dad's home. And add another one, add two. I'm like, good Lord, my dad was amazing. Like,
my dad is the man.
My dad was amazing. 4 kids. My point is, they worked.
Right.
And they came home, and now
the thing
he's
thing that makes me laugh is when the teenagers at our church who always like hound us about playing basketball and stuff once a week, when it hits the point where they all start getting jobs, and it's not even like big boy jobs,
right.
but like they'll get like their first summer job or something like that, and they're like, oh, dude, I don't know if I can play Sunday night because I got to get up and go to work in the morning. And we're like,
what?
Like, well what? Okay. Well,
what do you think I've been doing for 15 years?
Yeah.
Like,
they're like,
well, the problem is we play after Sunday night and I got to get up early. And I'm like, what time do you got to get up? And they're like, it's 7.
Like, that's amazing. You know what time? Like, not.
You go to the gym. You gotta get up at least 4.
Yes, I have to get up at 4. Like, if I get up at 2, like after 4:30, that's it. The whole morning shut.
That stuff cracks. Every time one of our teenagers gets like a real job, and they're always like, oh, well, I just don't think I can. Now there are people like there's a guy who he played basketball with us over the winter, but during the summer, his job like picks up real crazy, and he has to get up super early. So he's just like, I got to get up at like 4:30 in the morning. He's like, it's just not worth it to play ball. He's like, once the winter comes and work slows down, like I'll come back out. And I'm like, that makes complete sense. But when like the kids who are like hounding you like for years, well, you gotta play, and then they get a job and they have to
a job.
Yeah, they have to get up, and then they're like, oh, well, I just don't think I can. I'm just like,
yeah. But then there's also like I've got a couple. I feel like I could go on about like I've got all these things later in my head, and one of them I had a really good thing I was gonna say earlier. I totally brain dumped it, so I'll come back to that at some point. But the other thing is that people are always trying to like it's like one-upping you on how important their job is or something. It's like
it means they don't have any purpose.
It may
they're seeking validation. Dustin, you should give it to them.
When you break it down, it doesn't matter because every job that anyone does is just a job that someone else either didn't want to do or doesn't know how to do.
Yeah, I
always boil it down to this. Anytime somebody's like if I'm like, work was kind of wild this week because like in the before my vacation, work was wild because the other guy up north, and I told a couple of people this. We have 4 locators that do like the north.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think I was telling you this. And
ChatGPT, I want to ask you a question.
3 of them were out, so I was covering all of Newcastle County by myself,
which is a lot.
Which like at one point,
how many tickets did you have? The one when you were telling me,
I had 450 jobs.
Oh my gosh!
Like things were getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
but like at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, I mean, it is what it is what it is, but like I don't try to like oversell how hard.
Right. Well, yeah, no, but that's. When you're with the guys and you're saying like, dude, crazy week.
Yeah,
crazy
when you're talking about crazy week.
When you're coming
when that guy comes into the conversation and he's like,
I just got done working 28 or 100-hour shifts nonstop.
There's a guy that I know. I don't know if you guys would know him or not.
I work to live, not live to work.
Yeah, and every time I would see this guy, all he wanted to talk about was how much he works and how hard his job is and stuff like that. And I was just like, bruh.
To a point.
Bruh, I don't even like talking about my job. I definitely don't want to talk about yours.
Yeah. To a point when there crosses a line of like, I have so much work. I have to work so much and do all this work and I do all this overtime. At some point in my head, it goes to like, well, you messed up somewhere.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Because like if you're not making enough in 40-hour week, which nobody technically makes enough in a 40-hour week. I don't make enough with my one job a 40-hour week. Like I do other stuff. I have puppies. My wife cleans the church. I get paid from the church. I have this. So my point is like, your wife works. You have that. You work. Mm-hmm. Kinsey works for the church. You have side jobs. Like But at some point, when
Everyone's got to hustle.
Yeah, you have to in this
Everybody's
economy. But my point is, when you're saying like, I work, and then I go get my second job, and I gotta work, and it's like, okay, well, but there was a couple decisions you made, like, all right, if you're working, if you are an unskilled laborer or unskilled construction worker, and you're making that $20, 25, whatever, and you have to work so much to make your money, like. You gotta, but you're so proud of it. That's great. But you could work less if you had more skill and make more money.
Right.
Well, and then you listen to the Dave Ramsey
Just
show,
be
right?
born rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried doing that.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Try again.
Dude, you beat me to it.
You must be born again.
Beat me
You
to
must be born again.
I'm working on it.
it.
How many times do you hear those stories in Dave Ramsey show, and they're like, "I just don't understand. Like, I can't make enough money." And then he's like, well, and then he always says, "Then get a different job."
Yep.
And they're like, "But I can't." Why not?
Right.
Why?
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, so you
gotta figure something out.
You sell insurance and you can't make it. You physically can't make enough money to make ends meet. Well, then apparently you're not going to sell insurance
But
anymore.
meets end though.
Meets end is.
See what the problem
end
is instead of doing that, people would just demand that their McDonald's job pays $25 an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People want so much money for their unskilled labor.
But it's
Like, what?
Is that what you want? You want to look back on your life in 100 years? Or
Yes.
why did I say that? In like 20 years and be like, I was such a good cashier.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, it's not even working out for them because like if you look into stuff over in California and stuff like that, prices at McDonald's have gone up so much.
Yeah, I wonder why.
And it's because they have to.
How dumb do you have to be to not understand that that it correlates, that when you're paying for the food, their cost of labor is associated with that, because
people were
money.
complaining like they would go to McDonald's and they were like, I can't believe that my food just cost me $30.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what did you think was going to happen? You thought the owner was going to take that hit?
Right. Yeah.
Well, and when you have jobs like that are paying less, it's more of an incentive.
When's the last time you went into a McDonald's and ordered from a person?
Someone took your order.
Yeah. When's the last time? Not.
As a matter of fact,
well, I mean, what do you think?
The last time I went to Dunkin' Donuts, I order on my app. By the time I pull up, I get on my truck, I walk in and get it. Like
sometimes
someone's making it.
Sometimes you order it right there in the.
I went to a McDonald's. This was a while ago. I went to a McDonald's, and a lady walked up to the counter to order her food, and the worker goes, "Nah, go do it over there."
Yeah.
And just direct, and like 3 people walked up to the counter to order their food, and she was just like, "Nah." Touchscreen.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. But and that's not even like, well, that's only been a couple years.
I would prefer though robots in McDonald's making my food as well though.
I think there is. I think there is.
That was supposed to be a slap.
I think there is a McDonald's that does that.
I'd like to go there.
Well, I don't know because
people get upset that through whatever it's industrialization or progress or whatever that people are losing jobs, but there's always a creation of jobs when something like that gets.
What are you showing?
What is that? But
that's it.
It's a picture of Adam looking at Eve and saying, "Oh, look, the McRib is back," and she says,
dumb.
"Stop calling me that."
That's so dumb.
Stop calling me that.
Did you have? That's weird that you had that queued up and we were just talking.
It was
about
already like
that's.
I was
wild.
scrolling before we got to the McDonald's and I saw it and I just saved it.
That's so.
And
funny.
we just naturally went to McDonald's. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I almost did a thing, but we were talking about work. I almost did a thing, because at our job, I don't know if you guys would believe this or not, but of all the workers at our job, I tend to fall among the goofballs.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we have meetings at work and stuff, like I sit through the meeting, we do the work stuff, and then like when they start opening the floor up and I know that the meeting's like winding down, I go, this is my time to be goofy, make people laugh, right? And so while I was on vacation, they had a work meeting on Microsoft Teams and everybody was supposed to video in because like some not great stuff happened and it needed to be addressed with all the workers and stuff. I was not expected to be part of the meeting because I wasn't at work. But I text Clinton and was like, dude, part of me wants to like join this meeting, turn my camera on, because I was in the middle of a tour. Just like turn my camera, not my mic, but my camera on, and just like look and be like, and he was like, it would have been so funny. It would have been a terrible idea, but it would have been so funny if you did it. I was like, oh, dude, I thought when I
like
tell you,
sunbathing on the
Yep.
when I tell you that I
on
opened,
the cruise
I told
ship.
him, I said I opened up Microsoft
You're
Teams.
on the water slide.
Dude, I opened up Microsoft Teams like 4 times. I was like, I just need to join this call.
Yeah.
They
I just-
clearly see you going to the pool, jumping on the on the diving board, and doing a flip, and they just see you.
Oh man, dude, it was.
I've tried like having like fun and like goofing around like with the people that I now work with, but they're all so old.
When I walk into a
Like
meeting,
old minded, like
The
you
service
can't-
guys?
Yeah, well, service guys and like then so like I have like they're all like I've tried joking around with them and they think I'm serious. I'm like, just forget it. It's too much.
when we when
too
we
much
walk in,
work
when I walk
to
into a meeting,
explain.
when I walk into a meeting, if there's a box of donuts on the table, I take the whole box to my seat.
Yeah,
I literally walk in and I go, yeah. And I just take the whole box to my seat and I just start eating donuts while they're talking.
Yeah.
One time when I first got hired, there were 2 coworkers that they were like getting chirpy with each other, like they were getting loud with each other. I had been hired for a week.
yeah.
Like I didn't even know everybody's name, and like they were getting like chirpy and they were kind of getting loud and all this other stuff because they weren't happy about something. It had nothing to do with me. I don't even know what it was to this day. I just know that these 2 people were unhappy and they were chirping at each other about it. And Clinton started dying laughing because I'm sitting next to the one guy who's like getting loud, and he's like he's talking to everybody and I like look over and I spot a box of donuts and I was just like. Everybody's like looking at him while he's like going off, and I was just like, and I reached like across him. I was like, and I just like slid the box over, just opened it up, and he's going off, and I was just like, just like in front of everybody, and like Clinton's laughing, and I was like, and then they were like, "You fine?" And they were like, "You okay?" Like it's not usually like that. This has just been like an ongoing issue. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm good, dude. I just had donuts in the morning. I got paid to sit and eat donuts." I was like, "Yes, so this is the best job ever." But that stuff, I love goofing off with that kind of stuff all the time for sure.
Yeah.
Work, you gotta make work bearable, or else if you're just angry and upset about being at work all day every day.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Then you get old really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy what I do.
Yeah. I really enjoy. I really like what I do a lot. And sometimes I think I tend to be a kind of a nerd about it. Like I listen to HVAC podcasts.
Yeah, it is weird,
and
bro.
watch YouTube videos on it.
That is weird.
Yep.
I like my job. I wouldn't say that I like my job. I don't particularly love working in general.
No.
So
No,
it's like one of those things where it's like I like my job and I like how they take care of me. I like how my schedule and stuff, and I like all of that. I like that I work alone and I can listen to
Your rock music and country music
yeah,
and
typically it's like
hip hop,
heavy
yeah,
metal.
death.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, I just listened to that this morning.
Yeah, it's my favorite. You know that's my favorite track
Yeah.
on that CD. Mhm. Yeah. I don't know if I've told. I 100% have told this story on the podcast.
What's happening right now?
When I was in Bible school with Michael Shane.
Yeah.
Speaking of heavy metal,
No, trust.
how is he doing? I don't. How's the baby? I don't.
Doing. I just talked to him today.
Okay.
Doing well.
Have-
Breathing is. She's gaining weight. The breathing. She's getting
and
better. at the
Brittany's
breathing
out of the
stuff.
hospital.
She is home, but her blood pressure's still wacky.
Gotcha.
But,
So gaining weight is good.
well, she was born 10 weeks early. So yes.
The only time in your life where you
Yeah. Not when you're
Is she
30,
gaining weight?
Not when you're 34. But no, the heavy metal Michael Shane. When we were in Bible school, Michael Shane had this old white car and it had no radio. It had no radio, it had no speakers. And I would be riding with him, and anytime
Oh no.
I would see somebody from the church on the road. I'd start banging my head like we were listening to rock music. And he would get so mad at me. He would get so mad. Like
I probably would get mad too.
I would see somebody from like the
Such
church.
an idiot. You can't do that. People never give you the benefit of the
I
doubt.
would
Think,
see
they're probably joking with us.
Bro, I'd see somebody from the church and I'd just start going. There's no noise in the car. He has there's like no speakers, no radio. There's nothing.
So there's no opportunity to sin.
The only way for there to be music is if we were like holding our phone up. But I would see somebody and I would just start going.
Like air guitar riffing.
Yeah, dude. Or like sometimes
drumming.
Sometimes I would slow it down like we were listening to rap. I'd be like, and he would
sideways.
Dude, he'd be getting he would literally be sitting there and he'd be like turning red. He'd be like, stop it right now, stop it. And I would just be like,
we're gonna find out if this car has airbags.
people used to walk up to him like Sunday night at service, like after church, and be like, so I saw you on the road the other day. What were you listening to? And he'd have to explain.
The Manarese family.
He'd be like, absolutely nothing. The radio in my car doesn't even work. David just saw you and was acting that way so that he'd get me in trouble. He was like, and I used to do that. I'm talking, dude, and it didn't matter who. I'd see Vince Massa on the road and I'd be like,
What if people talked about Christian music the same way they do like regular music? Like, man, wait till you get to where the beat drops, and it's like the piano starts playing. Like, yeah.
Dude, some people do that. Some people talk about stuff, bro. Hey,
no, for Christian music, it's wait until the music stops.
Exactly. Wait,
that's when the glory falls.
Hey, bro. When they hit
it's
that key
not when
change,
it drops. It's
when they hit that key change
solo,
running laps, baby.
Music cuts off. That's that chorus repeat with no music.
Chorus with no instruments. Chorus just the voices. Chorus with no instruments. Chorus with a key change. Chorus. Yeah.
Is that the
worship song?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
They're so funny.
Yeah. What a I used to do that Monk Shane all the time. He'd get so mad at me. Every once in a while I think about it, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, whenever I do that, it's because it's real. Listen to HVAC school podcast.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Huffing refrigerant.
Key takeaway from that conversation is, hey, look, I appreciate all of you work hard and everyone works hard, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, I really do care. Like when guys like. I have a ton of respect for like Tyler Campbell works all the time. Like he's single. He's 19. He says, put me on for all the overtime you can with exception for church days and Saturday night stuff for church, whatever. But like he gets all the call. Like he's on call always.
Yep.
Right.
I think it's great, but he always shows up to everything. And he's not like, he'll say, I got off at, I was at work at 3 this morning and I got off at whatever, this crazy, but it's not like he's hindered. Like he still performs, he still shows up, and that's like I appreciate that. But some
for sure.
Like, I can't do it. I'm tired. It's like, bro, But I'm telling you, like, you know, you have to play the man. You have to be the man. You can't just, especially like.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Being in the ministry and working, you know, and that stuff. It's like not even being like in our situation, we're not preaching all day Sundays.
Speaking of ministry,
but not like. Oh yeah, whatever.
Dude, speaking of ministry, dude, we haven't had a podcast episode since one Cameron Manarese got ordained.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You see the halo on my head?
Yeah. Hey.
That sounds like the heavy
Next
metal.
episode is the podcast ordination.
Oh,
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but
that's biblical.
It's not that.
Yeah, I got urban.
It's not that.
No. It's somewhere in between not biblical and sacrilegious. It's not either, but it's
but Cameron got ordained, dude. It was cool.
Yeah. You can see it on YouTube.
I enjoyed it. That was one of the better ordinations I've witnessed.
This is only the second one I've been a part of.
This is only the first one I've ever seen.
I saw my dad's.
Nazarenes don't count, so
my dad's ordination, and then Mine. That's the only one I've been a part of.
The only two that count for you.
Yeah.
The only two that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad's ordination was like the best service I'd ever been in, though.
What if you just knew?
So that was kind of tough to follow up.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that was when we were still in the garage. And something's happening over here. Someone's moving something really bad.
I'm not
It's
doing. I'm not doing anything. I'm
might be me.
just holding it right here.
I think it's me.
What if like ordination happened like immediately after you were called to preach? You know, like you're like 6 years old, boom, called to preach,
lay hands
boom,
on him.
lay him down.
Yeah. No,
They just drag you to the altar and start.
your ordination was cool, man. Like all the different.
Yeah,
like,
so there was 9 guys.
all the different meatballs.
So we're trying to have a serious conversation right now. Sorry. When we have your ordination, I'll do the same thing.
Stop,
to you.
bro.
Alright.
We definitely take our meatballs seriously. Secondly,
I'm sorry, I'm struggling.
No, dude, it was really cool. All those guys like
It was
giving like their own little mini charges.
yeah, and it was all like it didn't feel like I feel like sometimes, and not that like I don't think any of these men were that type of person, but sometimes you just get up there and you just want to hear your voice. So you just say a bunch of not
Right.
like whatever. But everything they said was really good, and it was as short as it was just really packed, and there was, even though it was like a charge, it was still like I feel like you could like glean from each thing, the individual, like it was really good.
We had 9 guys. It was Danny Farley, Brother Lutrick,
Ed
Pastor
Schweitzer.
Alan Ryman, Samson Ryman, Ed Schweitzer, Pastor Clark, Brother Charlie, Brother Mike. The reason I wanted to do it was because Dad has talked about doing it for a long time, but Brother Farley and Brother Lutrick have been coming to our church for like 15 years, and our
Right.
church is like 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's almost 19 years old. Crazy. And so I wanted to do it while they were still, Brother Farley's getting older.
I still moving, traveling, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it with him and Brother Lutrick. And Brother Lutrick just lost his wife, and I was like, man, So I wanted to at least have those two. And I knew my dad, those two, I knew my father-in-law would make it happen. So I figured when we have them in, we could do it. And then I every other guy I asked, that's all I asked, those guys. And they were all able to make it, which was shocking. So I told Pastor Clark, I'm like, look, I'd love to have you, Brother Charlie, I'd love to have you. But I totally understand if you can't because it's a Wednesday night and it's whatever. But yeah, they were all able to come. And it was interesting. As they were all getting up there, I thought, it's funny who influenced my life because it's Brother Samson, pastor's son.
Yep.
Ed Schweitzer, pastor's son.
right.
Brother Charlie, pastor's son.
Brother Mike.
Mike, pastor's son. And then you have Pastor Clark, Brother Farley, Brother Lutrick, and Brother Ryman, senior pastors.
Right.
And Pastor Clark was the dad of the one kid, of the 2 kids there. Brother Ryman's the pastor of the father of the one son there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was cool. I was like, oh, that's interesting how it's the same type of,
Right.
you know, like those type guys. And
Yeah.
I looked up, like Brother Samson was like the biggest youth influence in my life. And then Brother Charlie, the last 10 years was a big impact, like influenced me a ton. Obviously Bible college and just his passion and stuff like that. And then Brother Ryman's faithfulness, Brother Farley's wisdom, like just the man speaks and you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
But like Brother Farley, so I had all 9 of them got up and said like a 5-minute thing, just basically a mini charge, and then Dad did the main charge, and it was good. But like some of the things, like Brother Farley's charge, I've thought of like many times already. Like still, like that was many good short things that were like that's really.
I had some people ask. They were like, "How was it? How was it?" I was like, "No, it was really good. It was really good." And they said, "Who did like the charge?" And I said,
Yes.
I said, "Well, his dad did the main charge." And they said, "Oh, how was it?" And I said, "It was good." I was like, he preached on like, he was like, "Hey, Cameron, you're doing real good, and da 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 da. And I'm proud of you. You're a little soft, and you need to toughen up some." But and I was like,
I said that last Sunday night. I was saying something, and I got on to some of the boys, and then I said something else. I said, might as well read this announcement too about keep your drinks out of the sanctuary. I said, see, I'm a little soft, but I'm coming at you, people.
Yeah, right. I was like, his dad was like, "I'm proud of you," but he didn't pull any punches. It was like, it was kind of funny to listen to
I'm
it.
like, also, Dad, in response, these are your sheep. I'm not going to get up and shear them.
But he was also like, he was like, my thing is he's like, my fault is
Yeah, that's what he did.
I'm way too mean, and I'm too mean, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but I know that I'm too mean. Cameron, you're too nice.
That's what he said.
Toughen up. And I was like, dude, this is
No, he
hilarious.
didn't say toughen up. He said you're too nice, and you're
And-
gonna have to work on that.
Yeah.
like you're gonna have to work
Bro,
on because he
I
gave
was-
illustrations.
Yeah, dude, I was dying.
He gave illustrations of calling people out and protecting the sheep, and like where he had like just because my dad has done some stuff in service, like called people straight from the floor before, and it's like whoa. And he said you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to be hard. Like you're gonna have to. But then he did say he's like, and that's my fault, and that's something I'm working on.
Dude, it's so funny, dude. I was sitting next to Israel, dude. I was bagging up, dude. I was laughing so hard.
It's come up multiple times.
Yeah.
Like
He's like, and that's my fault.
Me and
Like,
Dad, we were talking something at work. Something went on, and I was like, well, you told me I literally said like it was a little something. It was a little bit whatever, and I was like, well, you told me I was soft at the ordination, so I'm just trying not to be soft. And he was like, I'm not talking about in life. I'm not talking about soft in life. I'm like,
it's so funny. So funny.
but I have said very many times, because that always, I am more like what's it? When it comes to preaching or like ruling, which I don't really feel like it's my job to ever really stand up and preach in a rebuking way
okay, right. Okay.
to our church, because I really don't. I feel like my role is not like I'm a supporter of Dad.
You're the exhorter. He's got all the rebuke and
I'm not going to stand up and do that.
got
I'll
it
get out to
down.
the teens and the teen class and stuff. Yes, I feel like I have liberty to do that. But in the church, I don't feel at all like I can preach a message about sin. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I do not think it is my responsibility to stand up and like call people out or know people are doing something and like preach on them
on
indirectly.
that specific thing.
As a training, you should go like person by person and tell everyone their faults.
Right. Now the teens, I do stuff all the time like that, but I don't think, and I think when it's my time, I don't think I will have a problem because I've never been the type to like
shy away from
confrontation.
Yeah.
Like I always have been told like I'm a jerk in that area. Or
Well,
like,
I've heard it, dude,
like
the entire time.
I
I've
will
done it.
whatever. So
I think it sometimes too, though.
but yeah, so,
Up there.
obviously.
No, everybody growing
Anyways,
up.
yeah, it was the ordination was humbling. So I don't think nothing like everyone kept saying congratulations, good job. I'm like nothing changes. Like I'm just doing the same thing. I'm like I'm not.
Yeah, bro, you can officiate weddings now.
I've already done that.
He's
I
already
got,
done
like,
that. He did my cousin's wedding.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, what church are you ordained from?
It's like the global. It's. I have the
didn't know-
paperwork.
I
It's
didn't know you-
Senior
I didn't know you
global pastor.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
like
you
it's
got one
like-
of those internet
I had
ordinations.
to. I got one of those things just to say I was ordained because I didn't want to lie.
Right.
It was like $50. I got the paperwork, and it's a lady who signed it.
Nice. Which one
Have
means
you-
more to you?
That one.
Nice.
That one. Have you? Just real quick, I just thought about this. Have you have you guys heard of Unitarian Universalists?
Yeah.
It's so weird. They're the
I
people.
don't know
they're
a
the
lot
people
about
that,
them, but I've
they're
heard
the
of
people
them.
that like preach everything, all the religions.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
it's like a.
You gotta really know your
There's
stuff.
multiple ways to God. We're all
Yeah.
God's children.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're the people. If you ever see videos of like these like women preachers that are, like there's a video I saw this guy went up to like one of their tables and was like, he was talking about because he was talking about Jesus and he said, do you believe that Jesus is the only way to heaven? And then they were like, well, we believe he's a way and he's a really good way. Like, like they think that there's all these different ways to get to God or whatever,
Right.
So, but it's weird. Like there's one right off of Route 9 or 24 headed to Lewis.
Really?
A big one.
Mm.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it would be big.
Yeah.
I
it's
feel
big.
like-
But I've only ever met one of those people before.
Stop.
But it's a very big building. There's one in Easton too. And it took me so long to figure out all of this. When I was in 7th grade, my social studies teacher She said that she went to a church that preached all of the religions because she felt like she couldn't be a social studies teacher and only believe that one was right. I'm like, I'm in 7th grade thinking like you're a dummy. You're a big dummy.
My social studies teacher.
And then I figured out that's the one she went to in Easton. Yeah.
My social studies teacher her name was Miss Anwu, and she had drawn on eyebrows, and when she would sweat, they'd melt down her face.
That
told
is
that before?
the best ever.
That's true. So
We've got 50 minutes here. What do you want to do? You want to try and knock out another one, or do you want me to tell my story about the pagers?
tell me a story about the
Tell the
pagers, and then I'll
because
talk about my trip
None of
on
us
the next
actually
one.
know that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been wondering about this all day. Now, context. I text Cameron today. I say, hey, we recording tonight? And he said, yeah. I said, what are we going to talk about? And he hit me with 2 topics, which
Hold the one.
yeah, we'll hold the one. But I had no idea that either of these things were going on in life.
Yep.
I haven't had my phone, so I don't know what's been going on. So he said we're going to talk about pagers. Now, as someone who has no idea what's happening or what this means, I, like you, thought of the little black boxes.
I just thought we were just gonna go with that. You
No,
know,
we're
like,
talking about
talk about we
technology
used to use
from the
pagers,
80s.
and it was kind of weird and like what that was like and how it started. And I thought it was just gonna be like a topic about just about
I
pagers.
mentioned to Dustin,
which
I said,
could be a topic.
we're doing pagers, and he's like, okay.
Now,
Well, I
had
laugh because I'm like that's kind of funny because it's like they're weird, they're
Right.
lame,
now, as somebody who has no idea what this is, I told Cameron, I said, I have no idea what that is. And he goes, bro, are you serious? And I said, no, I don't know what's happening.
I don't think my parents never had pagers. They just had nothing, and they just jumped straight to cell phones whenever that was real.
Now, he specifically told me not
So
to look
here-
anything
here-
up
here it is.
because he wants my reaction.
Here it is. Ready?
All right, go.
There you go.
Hezbollah is a terrorist organization funded
Mhm.
by Iran.
Yep.
They have their freedom fighters all over the place.
Well, what's a terrorist? No, I'm joking.
They're the guys with the hats.
Recently, Israel jacked up their smartphone communications because Hezbollah has infiltrated Israel, and they've infiltrated, but their headquarters is not Iran, but it's, I forget what the exact. I'll show you where it's exactly at. Hezbollah,
Iran, Iraq, Uzbekistan, Uzbekistan, Jordan.
trying to get the place where they're at. Anyways, Lebanon. That's it.
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
I was
Okay.
Okay,
not
so all
getting
these
there.
Hezbollah guys are in Lebanon, and they're terrorists, they're freedom fighters, whatever.
Mhm.
So the Mossad, which is the Israel Special Forces,
Yep.
has infiltrated and been able to find out so much information because they were using cell phones
Mhm.
and they were using smartphones. And so the Mossad, the leader, like the leadership of Mossad said, all right, like, we're going to go back to basics. We're going to start using pagers. So,
So it is
other
about
way.
what we were talking about.
So
Well, yes,
Israel intercepted 3,000 pagers from Taiwan before they got to the Hezbollah people,
Okay.
the freedom fighters. They got them, and they installed explosive powder in 3,000 of these things. Listen to me. And then they put a battery in there to heat up the pagers. And then they hooked the remote devices, whatever, they hooked it remotely to a device that they controlled. And they sent them back en route. Knowing that no one in this world uses pagers. Like,
No
who's
one.
using the pager? No one.
No one.
Knowing that these pagers, when they got into the hands of these Hezbollah freedom fighters, they could detonate them and essentially mortally wound and kill 3,000 people in theory.
Yep.
So yesterday at 3:00, a couple of these batteries of these pagers were overheating or something, and some of these Hezbollah people were saying they were reporting it like, this is weird. And so Israel said, all right, well, we have to basically, it was a test run, like we have to just send it or abort mission.
Right.
So they sent it. So at 3:00, 3,000 pagers went off, and there was a 10-second delay intentionally. So these Hezbollah people would take it out of their pockets and read it. And 2,800 Hezbollah freedom fighters were brutally killed and wounded yesterday.
With pagers.
Yeah.
Half of them, most of them, were in their pockets. And they just exploded
which is wild
in their pockets. And it's the greatest single military, like, whatever they called it, like, that has never happened.
It's funny because, like,
isn't that
warfare.
just
So now
impressive?
you can look it up.
All right.
Look at this.
It's funny 'cause,
everywhere.
like,
Look.
It's
I love it.
Watch.
oh.
Watch this.
Oh my goodness.
There's
It's like
these hospitals filled.
well, it's like funny that like warfare is like so technologically advanced, and Israel's literally taking these people back to the 80s right
Yeah.
now.
So
That's wild.
Yeah.
these they said there's all kinds of memes and said Israel just performed the largest circumcision in one day ever.
Yeah.
That was the first post I read on the subject. I said, "What now?" I said, "Come again? What's going on
It's
now?"
a form of mass
Because people
punishment.
just left them in their pockets.
Did you know that it was in regards to the pagers?
I was like, "What are you talking about?" So then I started looking it up.
Yeah, then he like, but then
What's going on?
then he
Bro, the
Googled-
internet's
but then he-
getting
but then
weird
he-
today.
but
No,
then
it
he-
was the number one trending thing on Twitter.
But then he Googles like Israel castration, and there's like
Not castration,
whatever.
circumcision.
Did you watch that video I sent you?
which one?
I sent it in the group chat.
2,800 guys are done.
This is right. This is adjacent. Go to the WhatsApp,
I'm
Cameron.
here. I'm here.
Well, he's got it connected to the board, so
Well,
you need to hear it.
Oh, the Holy Nope one.
yeah. Go to the Holy Nope thing I put in the
So
group
excited.
chat,
I love the whole like this stuff. Who,
bro. When I tell you, all right, let me say this.
who's
If,
following
yes.
these nut jobs?
if I ever messed up and said this, I would leave my church.
Castrated.
I would.
The Lord's Day, I got my Bible, I'm ready to hear the word.
I'm just getting this image of the throne room of God that the elders are castrating themselves in front of the Lord. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful picture.
Bro, if I said that in our church, I would never come back to church.
Just immediately implode just into the sphere.
He's like, and the 420 elders are castrating themselves.
What,
this
what did he
beautiful- no.
mean?
He's like,
I think he meant to say like
I have this
falling
beautiful
prostrate, maybe.
image. I have
But
prostrate.
why? Yeah, but
Yes.
why? Like,
I have
let's
this
use
beautiful.
another. That's so
He
close.
said they're castrating themselves,
um,
bro, dude.
can you imagine that in the throne room, and God's like, "What are you doing? Stop! 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 That is not what I meant,
Dude, that's
dude."
oh
Look
man,
at all the
Also,
all the places they went off at.
That's awesome.
that's so funny, dude. Just like
I hated that guy's voice. I didn't like it. It annoyed
but
me.
he looks worse.
It looks weird.
Yeah,
Looks like a Star Trek character.
Ben Shapiro, he's a big Jew guy. He says
he's big Jew guy.
Big Jew.
Ben Shapiro, big
Yes,
Jew guy.
well, because sometimes Ben Shapiro is a little too far in like the whole like Israel thing. It's like, let's just send Israel all of our money.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
I
Yeah.
don't know.
that was kind of the beef between him and Candace.
yeah.
Yeah.
And since then, Candace Owens super gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's super whack now. It's like
Yeah.
she's like
Is she?
she's like
Yeah.
burn the Jews. Like
Oh.
no, dude. She's 100% like put them in ovens.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
She is saying that the Jews are the worst in every category and awful, like awful.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, how is she even hiding this? Like she thinks like Israel needs to be basically torn down and re brought up because it's basically a big pedophile ring. Like, that's her whole thing now.
No.
Like she thinks all the pedophiles, which in Hollywood there are a lot of Jewish pedophiles and like Epstein, like that. So
Right.
she thinks that Israel is actually wrong, and they're like this whole, the Palestine. She thinks they're wrong. It's like read it like
Dude, she felt when the pendulum swings, it swings hard.
yeah. So, I was trying to figure out what Ben said because it was really funny.
Big Jew guy.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro, big Jew guy. He said Ben Shapiro,
Dear
big Jew guy.
Hezbollah, there's another way. It's a big phone. It's a dial.
rotary
It's a
phone?
rotary phone.
Do you know
strapped to
how
their-
much like C4 you could shove in that thing?
Oh, he retweeted that.
That's funny, man.
I
Well, you know what's great, and like this is, it's just funny how, I don't know. Well, with war, I mean, like the possibilities are just endless as far as what you can
That's
do.
what I mean.
It's nuts. I mean, you look at so something like the javelin. Like you ever seen you remember using that in Call of Duty?
Uh-huh.
Right. Well, I've used the real thing, and it's amazing. But do you understand how this thing came out in like the early '90s? It's old.
But if it
They've
ain't
had this
broke,
thing-
don't fix it.
You know what I'm saying? We still use it today because what do you got? What else do you want? It's great. It does everything. The A10 Warthog. That thing is so old,
Halo.
but it's the best, huh? No, what? Not Halo. But I like where your head's at. No, the plane.
Yeah.
All right, so
He said the burp plane.
Yeah, everyone knows what I just meant.
I'm looking at Ben Shapiro's stuff, and this is a really funny quote. I don't know if you guys will get this. He retweeted someone saying, "My kids ask me what's for dinner." Me responding, "I come from a middle class family." Kamala Harris responded, has used that line for every reason.
right.
Are you better off now or 4 years ago? Well, I come from a middle class family.
Well, did you see the Don Lemon
And-
stuff?
No, I didn't.
Don-
But that's what I thought.
Don Lemon went to New Jersey and was asking
Yes, I
a
did
bunch
see
of people if they were going to vote for Harris or Trump, and he was getting shocked that all these people in New Jersey were going to vote for Trump. And he walks up to this guy and he goes, "Who are you voting for?" And the guy says, "I'm going to vote for Trump because I made more money 4 years ago than I am now."
yeah.
And Don Lemon goes, "Oh, well, you might think that, but the truth is the economy's actually up." And the guy and his wife just laugh in Don Lemon's face.
Yeah, he stands there like,
He's like, "How are you going to tell me that
Okay.
I'm making more money than I was 4 years ago?" Like, if anybody
That's
knows,
what-
it's me. I'm the person who knows.
But that's what all of these Democrats are saying. The economy's doing better. How? Where?
Yeah, but he was like, I was making more money under Trump than I was under Biden. And he goes, and Don Lemon was like, "No, that's not true. You're wrong." And he's like,
Well, how are you going to tell me that?
what? Huh?
Um,
How out of touch do you have to be to tell people that they're wrong?
Well,
about how
that
much
and
money
like,
they-
okay, let's say that maybe now you are making a little bit more money because of inflation or whatever, but because of what about the cost? Like, you look at the cost of goods between now and when the presidency started with this knucklehead. Everything costs infinitely more money. We're at an all-time inflation high.
But listen, bro, I'm voting for Harris, bro. Good vibes.
Get out of here.
all day.
Yeah, down, buddy.
Good vibes, baby.
Can you imagine
So I just thought
So what's your plan to
that
vote?
is the
in the
single largest anti-terrorism thing in history.
Yeah.
Double
One day,
pagers.
2,800 dudes got lit up. Not all of those died, but many died. But everyone's hurting.
Yeah,
There's a
dude.
picture of them, just hospitals filled with dudes with not
Yeah.
to be crude or rude, but waists that are just bloodied. Just
Sorry. Yeah.
you're just pushing the line.
I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby, full force.
Anyways.
Full force.
I have no outlet to express my creativity.
Well,
Ever since he got
my
married.
heart says that the way I feel most myself is to go by the name Fred. That's because I'm non-binary, and Fred is the name that fits me best. And I also use
this
they
real?
and them.
It is real.
Was that a real cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
We're indoctrinating
way.
our children. Yeah.
So
Are
it
you
has that all that
serious?
junk in the last scene is them throwing steak on the grill.
What show is that? I've seen that clip a bunch of times.
I don't know.
Not the steak. That was funny. That was new to me. But I've seen other people making fun of it.
Let's see.
Wow.
These are from Harry.
Cartoons getting wild.
I've got some good reels.
Wait! And this will be a sign!
As you declared the instant weight loss.
I prophesy
Instant-
supernatural weight loss. Wait! And this will be a sign!
As you declared the instant weight loss, her pants became super, super loose. We have witnesses around her that were saying her pants were so tight. And when
What?
she stood up after the video, her pants are completely loose, just like the testimony in the video. This is an instant
This
testimony.
makes me so upset.
Game!
Hold up.
God is
Listen.
in the house.
This
God
is
is in the house. This is crazy. This is crazy.
And I said, as a man of God, this will be a sign that this week will be a supernatural week. Are you shocked?
I have like a faja underneath to like get into the jeans that I wanted this morning, and I'm wearing it now, and
This is a whale speaking.
Yep, she's a large lady.
Is loose, man of God.
Man of God.
Lady, you know the faja gets tighter by
She
the
has a
minute of
thumb
the
in
day.
between her waistband.
The faja itself is loose.
Come on, you can make this up.
You can't make this up, she said.
I think I went down a jean size almost.
Almost.
But now they are much
What?
Another one.
She is experiencing miracle weight loss right before our
They're
eyes.
saying this stuff. Like, how?
Where's this at? I might go check this out.
Did you see?
These big old girls, and they have a thumb barely in their waist.
Yeah, bro, I might go check this out.
Miracle weight
Hold on
loss.
now. That sounds.
That's better than Ozempic.
Bro. Yeah, bro. Listen, bro.
Did you guys see that they have footage? They found the Ocean Gate sub at the bottom of the ocean.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be like a can now.
Yeah, with all that pressure.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
like
that thing like
like it whatever. But like, there's still wreckage. There's pieces of it.
let me see it.
It's not making any noise. I don't think there's any noise.
Oof.
It looks like a PlayStation 5.
It does.
Isn't
About
like
the same size or at this
Isn't
point.
that like freaky?
Wow. What is that? Like, is that the whole thing?
I get whatever's left.
How'd they find that? Who swam down there?
I'm sure there's
Yeah.
you swam down.
Yeah,
Yeah, look, look, it's the Ocean Gate Titanic on the side. See?
Anyway. Hey there, comrades. Thanks for tuning in to the Calm Down It's Fine podcast. If you liked what you heard this episode, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and share that link. We want to get the episode out. We want as many new listeners as we can, and we want the old listeners to keep coming back. So be sure to like and subscribe. Find us on social media at CDIF Podcast. If you want to donate to the show, you can find the link to do so in the description below. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.